and everyone. Welcome to our conference meeting. I am Miss Danica Jorlene Rabino, your host for today. And now, our topic is all about goal setting, Maslow hierarchy of needs, and lastly, the stress. So the first speaker will be a licensed professional teacher, a graduate of Bachelor of Physical Education, and also he is a dance choreographer, an instructor in University of Mindanao, Tagum City. Please welcome Mr. Ruli D. Estrella Jr. A round of applause, please.
Thank you. So today, I'm going to talk about goal setting. If you want to succeed, you need to set a goals. Without them, you lack focus and direction. They also provide you with a benchmark to determine whether or not you're actually succeeding at them. We all struggle sometimes to achieve our plans. And it's not that we lack the effort, but our goals are not structured efficiently. To accomplish your objective, you need to know how to set it up properly. You can't simply say, I wish I could make more money, and expect it to happen. Success does not happen. It is not enough to have goals or ambitions. Success is the outcome of hard work and determination that must be shaped over a long process. Abraham Maslow and others have pioneered studies on needs, goals, and motivations. Goals can be classified into two categories, which is short-term goals and long-term goals. So short-term goals focus on what you can do right here or right now. They're about working with what you have now or in the future. While long-term goals are tied to who you want to be in the future. So they are both require meticulous planning and should align with your life mission and purpose. We all know that a goal without a plan is just a wish. It is also important to recognize that not all objectives are created equal. So today, I'll explain the SMART method of goal setting and how it will amplify your chances of actually succeeding. Let's get started. So SMART. S stands for specific, and M stands for measurable, and A stands for attainable, and R stands for relevant, and lastly T is stands for timely. So first, I will explain the specific. So, we all have plenty of dreams and goals, but most of them are all generalized and vague, and so we don't really know how to achieve them. Your goal must be clear and well defined. You can only get to where you want by defining precisely how you'll get there. So, for example, I want to be healthier or I want to have a better body. What does all of this even mean? It's super vague and not specific enough, right? I'll replace drinking soda with water. I'll also be going to the gym 3 times a week for 45 minutes. You could be even more specific. 3 times per week could mean every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every time at 3 p.m. Make it as specific as possible so you know what you're going to be focusing on. So let's proceed with the M, which is measurable. So tracking the progress of your goal is an important part of keeping you motivated. It allows you to set milestones that you can celebrate when you achieve them and reevaluate when you don't. If your goal is simply defined as lose weight, how will you know when you have been successful? So you need to define exactly how much weight you want to lose. A much better goal would be, I want to lose 10 pounds. This way you have something to aim for and you can even set smaller milestones along the way. Basically, you break that big objective into other smaller objectives. So if you think that 10 pounds is too much, you should break it down into manageable pieces. First, aim for 3 pounds, then after 3 pounds, another 3 pounds, all the way up to 10. It's the progress that keeps us motivated. So if you don't have a way to measure it, you will fail with your ambition. So next, A stands for attainable. Make sure that it's possible to achieve the dreams you set for yourself. Far too many people fall into the trap of setting impossible goals. While they may push you forward for a while, you will almost certainly end up giving up on them. Instead of being impossible, your goals should be challenging yet achievable. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars, as you might end up at the moon. However, unless you want to burn out, it's much more efficient to take small steps. So, for example, making 1 million pesos by the end of the month is impossible if you can't even pay your bills, right? How? A much more attainable goal would be making extra 100 pesos by the end of the month. Once you've achieved that, you can then go a step further and try making extra 200 pesos. So you don't want to set yourself up for failure by trying to go far beyond the bounds of the possibility. So it will only make you miserable. So next, R stands for relevant. Your plan should be relevant to the direction you want your life and your career to take. A common issue we face is having too many goals at the same time or pursuing the wrong goals. Unless your plan is relevant to your overall life plan. So achieving it may not accomplish anything. Example, I wanted to learn French because I loved the way it sounded. However, I realized that learning the language would be completely useless for me. I barely know anyone that speaks French and I don't really need to use it anywhere. So I stopped learning it as it was taking too much of time while I was getting nothing out of it. Becoming fluent in French would be nice, but it is currently not really relevant to my overall life plan. So ask yourself why you want to achieve your goal before you commit to it. So lastly, T stands for timely. This is one of the most important factors. Your plans must have a deadline. If you don't set a time limit, you have basically unlimited time to achieve your goals. When you are working on a deadline, your sense of urgency increases and you're more likely to achieve your goal. Think of your time in school. You had a whole month to write an essay, and yet it was done in the last 2 days. It's because the deadline was right around the corner. So you had no choice but to do it. So whenever you set a goal, keep a time limit in mind as it will push you to actually work on it. Know you know how to set smart goals. But there's one last thing. Most people think that goal setting is a one-time event. Like you set your goals once and you're done. However, It's actually an ongoing process. It never ends. Your plans will need evaluation and revision, so it's important to stay flexible. So, using the SMART goal framework sets boundaries and defines the steps you'll need to take, resources necessary to get there, and milestones that indicate progress along the way. Using the SMART goal framework sets the boundaries and defines the steps you'll need to take. It is necessary to get there and milestones that indicate progress along the way. So, with the SMART goals, you're more likely to achieve your goal efficiently and effectively. SMART goals is very important to us as a student. You as a student. If we don't have SMART method, our plan will not organize or unstable. Especially for students who currently work in their progress. We need to have a multitasking work for us to do our projects, tasks, and requirements. For me, goal setting perceives self-efficacy. The higher the goals people set for themselves, the more likely they will or we will achieve them and the firmer their commitment. So SMART method helps to push us further, gives you sense of direction, and helps you organize and reach your goal. And that's all my topic. And hopefully you understand and you have learned something about goal setting. So again, I am Raleigh Duran Australia Jr. and it's my pleasure to be part of this conference. Thank you and God bless.
Good morning to each and everyone. I will introduce to you the second speaker for today's conference. She is graduate of Bachelor of Physical Education and have a master degree. She is a strong and independent woman. So she is Miss Danica Jerlyn Rabino, your speaker for this topic. Hello and good day everyone. I am Danica G. Rabino and I would like to share my thought about this topic. And I hope you will listen to me and understand what is Maslow hierarchy of needs. So, there are 5 levels in Maslow hierarchy or pyramid. From the bottom of the hierarchy, upward, the needs are physiological, the food or the cloth. The second one is the safety needs, that is a job security or related in health. And the third one is love and belongings needs, that is friendship, loved ones, and especially the family. And the fourth one is esteem, and the last one is self-actualization. Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs is one of the best known theories of motivation. Maslow's theory states that our actions are motivated by certain physiological and psychological needs that is progress from basic to complex. So, let's start in the physiological needs. The physiological needs included those that are vital to survival. Some examples of these are the physiological needs included are air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and also the reproduction. Bilang karagdagan sa mga pangunahing pangangailangan ng tao ay ang hangin at regulasyon ng temperatura. Kasama rin sa mga pangangailangang physiological ang tirahan at pananamit. Kasama rin ni Maslow ang sexual na pagpaparami ng antas na ito ng hierarchy. Dahil ito ay mahalaga sa kaligtasan at pagpaparami ng mga species. Also, the added of these physiological needs are, it is important to us nga physiological needs, if wala tayo physiological needs like mga needs na to sa ato ang life, dili jud ta magbuhi or something, dili wala tay magamit sa ato ang pang-adlaw-adlaw nga magamit or pang-adlaw-adlaw nato nga ginagamit. So, the second level of Maslow hierarchy are the safety needs. The needs that start to become a bit more complex. When we say complex, it is a complicated or People want to control and order in their lives. Some of the basic safety needs includes are the personal security, the employment, resources, health, and property. Ang paghahanap ng trabaho o pagkuha ng sigurong pangkalusugan at pangangalagang pangkalusugan ay pag-aambag ng pera sa isang saving account. It is important nga naatay saving account for us nga naatay makuha nga pera. Mao ganing natay saving account or kanang bangko kay kailangan natog security or PIN or passwords para dili siya makuha or dili dali makuha ang imong kwarta. So that natay safety or security sa ato ang account. So next is paglipat sa isang mas ligtas na bahay. If ang isa ka location sa balay is kanang crowded place or daghan kay mga crimes nga mga nahitabo sa inyong lugar, ay we need to evacuate or to migrate to sa laing lugar for us nga naatay safety ug security sa ato ang pamilya. Isa po na kahalimbawa sa atong safety needs. So ang mga aksyon na ito ay udyok ng mga pangangailangan sa seguridad ng tao at kaligtasan ng tao. So, ang ikatlong antas ng Maslow hierarchy pyramid ay ang love and belonging. Ito ay pangangailangan ng tao ay panlipunan at kinapapalooban ng damdamin ng pagiging kabilang or belongingness. Ito ay tumutukoy sa emotional na pangangailangan ng tao para sa interpersonal na relasyon o relationship. Kaakibat nito ang koneksyon na pagiging bahagi ng isang grupo. Or ang love and belongingness includes that friendship, intimacy, trust, and acceptance, and receiving and giving affections and love. Also, ang love and belongingness is a part for a family. If a family is a group of people nga naadira ang mga mama, papa, ug ang anak. If walay family, if wala po'y love sa family, or dili sila ga treat og love as a family, ang ilahang kanang connection ana is kanang unable or kanang error kaayo kay kanang dili sila magkasinabtanay. Dira pod naapoy conflict about sa love and belongingness. If walay love ang isa ka grupo or isa ka belongingness sa atong panlipunan, kay makakause siya conflict kay if dili sila maka-feel og love o kanang belong sila sa isa ka grupo, matawag nga naa sila awkwardness or something nga dili sila kanang comfortable sa ilang position or asa sila na belong. So that are the love and belongingness. So the fourth level of Maslow hierarchy is the esteem. The esteem is need of appreciation and respect. Once the need at the bottom three levels have been satisfied, this esteem needs begin to play more prominent role in motivating behavior. At this level, it becomes increasingly important to gain the respect and appreciation of others. People have a need to accomplish things, then have their efforts to recognized. In addition, the needs for feeling of accomplishment and prestige, esteem needs include such things as self-esteem and personal worth. Isa rin sa halimbawa ang sa mga tao na kailangan na maramdaman ng mga tao na sila ay pinapahalagahan ng iba at pakiramdam na sila ay may nagawa or may isang contribution sa mundo. Ang pagkikilahok sa mga professional na aktibidad, kailangan nato og kanang mga respect sa ilaha, ang mga tagumpay sa akademya, mga pagkikilahok sa atletiko o pangkat ng mga personal na libangan ay maaaring lahat ay may papel sa pagtupad sa mga pangangailangan ng pagpapahalaga. Ang self-esteem is kailangan natong appreciation sa isa ka butang o respect sa mga tao. Ang mga taong may kakayahang matugunan ang mga pangangailangan sa pagpapahalaga sa pamamagitan ng pagkamit ng mabuting pagpapahalaga sa sarili at pagkikilala sa iba ay may posibilidad na makadama ng tiwala sa kanilang mga kakayahan. So, it is self-actualization needs. This is the very peak of Maslow hierarchy. This is a self-actualization needs. Self-actualizing people are self-aware that concerns with personal growth, less concerns with the opinions of others, and interested in fulfilling their potential. Maslow said that self-actualization that it may be loosely described as a full use and exploitation of talents, capabilities, and potentialities, and etc. So, ang ganitong mga tao ay tila tinutupad ang kanilang sarili at ginagawa ang pinakamahusay na kaya nilang gawin. O sila ay mga tao, sila ang mga tao na umuunlad sa buong tangkad ng kaya nila. Or sila ang mga tao na ginakaya nila nga ma-pursue ang ilang gusto, ginakaya nila even though nga naa sila challenges nga ma-face or naa sila challenges nga ma-experience, sila kay naadjud sila self-actualization nga makaya jud nila tanang butang. So as a student nga nag-eskwela pa, naadjud ko'y ma-aim or nakoy goal nga mahuman ko og eskwela og nakoy self-actualization sa akong sarili nga kanang gusto ko dapat ko nga magunlad or mas umunlad pa ang akong kinabuhi kay kanang gusto nako nga makamit akong goal nga maging successful woman. So the basis of Maslow theory is that we are motivated by our needs as human being. Additionally, if some of our most important needs are unmet or we may be unable to progress and meet our other people, in Maslow hierarchy of needs, it covers the physiological needs. These are the things that we simply cannot without air, food, drink, warmth, sleep, and also the shelter. At this end of the hierarchy, all the needs are deficiency needs. We need them because when they are deficient, it's unpleasant for us. This theory may be a helpful tool for us. It drives us to realize our true potential and achieve our ideal self. This method derived for me to realize our dreams. It motivates ourselves to perform the best of our ability and achieve the desired goals in life. The basis of Maslow theory is that we are motivated by our needs as a human being. Additionally, if some of our most important needs are unmet or wala pa nato siya na meet or wala pa nato siya na experience, we may unable to progress and meet our other needs. So, this can help explain that why we might feel stuck or unmotivated pata sa ato ang sarili. So, it's possible that our most critical needs are not being met or wala pa nato siya na experience because wala pud ta na motivate. So, preventing us from being the best version of ourselves is possible. Changing this requires looking at what we need then finding a way to get it. Mo nang kita as a person kailangan nato nga mas ma-motivate ta og naatay kana best version sa atong self for us to grow, for us to have a progress in life. Kay if wala tay progress, naara gyapon ta sa down unya, wala gyapon tay kanang pagtaas or wala tay dili ta gaunlad sa ato ang kinabuhi. So that is the Maslow hierarchy. So guys, I hope you've learned something about my topic. Thank you and God bless.
Good day, everyone. I am Raleigh Durano Estrella Jr., your host for today. And now, our last speaker of this conference. She is a licensed professional teacher with a master's degree and a graduate of Bachelor of Physical Education in Tagum City. And she is Miss Era Espinosa.
Good day, everyone. I am Era Espinosa. So today we will discuss about stress. Stress can be defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way you respond to stress, however, make a big difference to your overall well-being. Kabantay mo anang ma-stress mo guys? Nga di mo ganahan mo kaon o naay uban nga ma-stress magsige na lang og kaon. And that called as stress eating. Ug kana kay makaapekto sad na sa atong ginabuhat adlaw-adlaw ug mawad ang taggana sa ato sa tanan. Dako kayo na siyang impact nga ang stress sa atong sarili. Stress is a fact of life and can affect individual in variety of ways. At some point in life, every individual experiences some degree of stress. Some individuals experience stress more often than others, and some have difficulty dealing with stress. Stress can be manifested from any situation or thought that causes an individual to experience frustration, anger, and nervousness. Whereas, anxiety is a feeling of fear and apprehension. So, I will tackle about the three categories of stress. These are the eustress, stress, and lastly, the distress. First, eustress. A positive form of stress usually arises in any situation which a person finds motivating or inspiring. Example of this is when we are in work, taking on a new project that encourages you to level up your skills or learn new ones. Work-related projects will only drive you stress kay gina-challenge ta sa realidad nga labaw na sa work kay di na tumalikayan nga ang mga toxic nga katrabaho ug mga ning down sa imuha nga mga workmate nimo. So ma-motivate sad ta nga mag-work hard para ma-challenge pa ta ug ma-achieve pa nato ang atoang goals. Working and living outside of our comfort zone is a good thing. It's when we feel overwhelmed that stress can turn negative. That's what makes stress such an important part of our overall health. The second one is new stress. New stress is neutral and has no consequential effect. It's neither considered good nor bad. This kind of stress occurs when you're exposed to situations that have no direct effect on you. For example, hearing about devastating natural disaster in another part of the world can create new stress. You might not directly experience it, but the news can still create a stress response, especially for empathetic people. New stress kay mauna siya ang may negative then positive stress. Like a student nga maka-experience tag stress o positive work can feel excitement, fulfillment kay kanang naa na siya satisfaction nga ma-feel din maka-experience pud ta og mga negative kay naatay problem, struggles or mga obstacle nga ma-experience pud kay kanang tanan nga problem is makaingon ta nga naay solution. Ginabalance na to ang atoang mga problem for us nga ma-achieve ang isa ka kabutang. And lastly, distress. When we say distress, mo ni ang pinaka-common type sa stress nga atong ma-experience is kanang imuhang na feel na dili enough ang imuhang mga skills ug feel sad nimo nga kanang ginatalikdan ka sa tanan og feel nimo nga you are hopeless, gina-question nimo ang imuhang sarili kung anong ingon ana lang ka or nganong ingon ana ra ka. Example of this, job loss is not just about the loss of income. It causes our self-confidence to take a known as well. In some cases, being stressed and unable to find work for a long period of time can lead to job search depression. Feeling hopeless about your job prospect and career path can further exacerbate stress levels. Stress symptoms can affect your body, your thoughts, and feeling. And your behavior distress can be further divided into acute stress and chronic stress. So when we say acute stress is the most common form of stress. And in short term, it is described as a reaction to an immediate threat, commonly referred to as the fight or flight response command. Causes of acute stress include noise, danger, crowding, or isolation. While chronic stress is defined as a type of stress that occurs over a long period of time, from either internal or external. Common causes of chronic stress include financial problems, death of loved one, long-term relationship issues, or having a demanding job or work schedule. So now, let's talk about eustress versus distress. Eustress, it is short-term with a clear solution or a way out of the situation, while distress can be short-term or long-term. Eustress more likely to feel challenging but manageable, while distress is more likely to feel unmanageable or overwhelming. Eustress may include frustration or worry but also fulfillment or happiness, while distress is more likely to include anxiety, panic, or hopelessness. Eustress usually occurs in situations where a person feels confident or self-efficacy is high, while distress often occurs in situations where a person's perceived self-efficacy is low. Then, eustress is less likely to affect physical health, although occasional eustress may actually improve it, while the distress more likely to affect physical health, especially if the distress is chronic. So, people can experience eustress when they feel confident in their ability to solve a problem or cope with a situation. For example, they may feel stressed about an exam but know that they have prepared enough to be able to do it. Afterward, they might feel a sense of accomplishment or pride, while distress can occur when a person feels unable to cope or out of their depth. For example, if a person has not studied for a forthcoming exam, they may feel anxious or panic or cramming. So, that is the eustress versus distress. Students can feel stress in their everyday work, especially doing requirements, tasks, or deadline. That work can lead stress to me, even though I manage my time, but stress will enter to myself. I hope that everyone will be okay and reminder to those students, don't stress yourself. All I can say is, let's understand other situation, let's comfort and give good advice to an individual who have stress. I hope you understand this topic and it's all about stress. Thank you.
So, thank you, speakers, for having this conference meeting. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and knowledge about your topic. To those watching in our conference, I hope that you've learned a lot of this conference, and I hope this topic will help you to motivate yourself and to know your goals in life. And also, this video will help you to overcome your challenges you are facing right now. And I hope that we've achieved the success in life. And that's all. And again, I am Danica Jorlene Rabino. Thank you, and God bless everyone.